Hi friends, my name is Vikas Singh from Horizon, and today's video I will show you Active Directory migration from Windows Server 2008 R2 to Microsoft Windows Server 2016, which is the latest server operating system from Microsoft. So we are here to help you in all your ongoing or future projects also. You can take the advantage of our highly technical engineer and design team without any cost. So please contact us if you need our support in any project you may have. Our contact details is given below descriptions. So here we go. Migrating Active Directory infrastructure involves many small activities itself, like promoting new domain controller, transferring FSMO roles from old domain controller to new domain controller, then demote your old domain controller. So in this video we will do all the tasks which is related with Active Directory migration from old infrastructure to new infrastructures. So in this video we are migrating Active Directory from Windows Server 2008 R2 infrastructure to Windows Server 2016 infrastructure. So here we go. This is our demo environment which we are going to use in this demo. So we have 4 virtual machine in this demo environment. The first virtual machine is Win2K8 DC01, which is running on Windows Server 2008 R2 64-bit. You can see my IP address of the domain controller, and we have assigned 4 GB RAM, and the domain name is horizon.co. Here we have the server. You can see the roles which we have installed. So we have Active Directory and DNS role is running on the server, and you can see the details here: host name, our OS version, and the server is a domain controller. You can see other details. So let's go in Active Directory, computers, users and computers. Here you can see, if we go on domain controllers, you can see we have one domain controller here, which is Win2K8 DC01, which is global catalog server. And same if we go in Active Directory site and services, you're able to find there also. So here you can see our server and Horizon HO head office. We have one domain controller which is 2008 R2 running on. So also you can verify the DNS. Here we have a DNS which is running on this server also. So everything looks good. We have a healthy Active Directory infrastructure which is running on Windows Server 2008 R2, and our next server is Win2K16 DC01, which is basically a new Active Directory server which is going to run on Windows Server 2016. So for now, if you go here, you can see this is a freshly installed virtual machine. I have not done anything on this machine, like we have installed operating system only, and we have kept this machine as fresh. So now we are going to do migrate this server for new Active Directory infrastructure. So here we have two Windows machines also, which is running on as a Windows client for domain. So you can see here I have a Windows 7 client machine here. See the properties. This is joined in my domain horizon.co, and this is Windows 7 client machine, and here we have a Windows 8.1 client machine. You can see also this is joined in my domain, and you can see the DNS and IP address configuration on these machines. So also you can verify the computers which we have, workstations. We have few users account here in Active Directory 2008 server. So let's move to step by step Active Directory service migration. So the first thing we need to do on Windows Server 2016 is rename Windows 2016 machine and restart. So now you can see we have not done anything, so I'm going to rename this machine and restart. So I'm going to call it like Win2K16 DC01. So always remember that this is not recommended to rename the Active Directory domain server domain controller after promoting the server as a domain controller. So I'm going to rename this machine, and here we go. Let's close this and restart now. And next task is configure IP address on 2016 machine and join machine in domain. So wait for this machine to get rebooted, then we can go ahead and like do the IP address setting on this machine. So it's booting up. So here we go, hit Ctrl+Alt+Del to log into the server. And now I'm going to, for now you can say it's taking the PPA IP address, which means there was no IP address is configured or no DHCP server is active on that network. So I'm going to put the IP address on this machine first. So I am going to disable IPv6 here because it's not in use. So let's configure IP address now, 192.168.1.253, and I'm going to configure the DNS on this machine because this is going to promote as a domain controller. So I'm going to put the preferred DNS for this machine only. So, and we have alternative DNS which is currently active DNS server, which is holding 2008 R2 machine, which is also acting as a domain controller and our infrastructure. So here we are, you can see now IP address is configured on this machine. So now we can move to join this machine in domain, which is the second step. So let's click here and join this machine. Here we go. Now it's asking for credential to join this machine in domain. So I'm putting my credential for horizon.co and welcome to the domain. Now we can go ahead and restart this machine. Next step is check the FSMO role and AD health on 2008 server. So I'm going to check the AD health and FSMO role, and we have already checked all these things like DNS, Active Directory, and site and services. So let's verify the FSMO role. So netdom query FSMO will give you the status of all the FSMO role. So here you can see all the 5 role, which is schema master, domain naming master, RAID, PDC, and the infrastructure master. Everything is running on Windows 2008 R2 domain controller, which is Win2K8-DC01. So this is the AD health, and now we need to change the DNS setting on both the DC. So we have already changed the DNS setting on this machine to make this as a primary domain controller to consider for itself. So now I'm going to change here like administrator. You can see if I am putting administrator, it's taking by default the local account. So I'm going to type here origin and credential for origin administrator account, which have a domain admin and enterprise admin rights to make this server, promote this server as a domain controller. So here we go, and now we need to change the DNS. So I'm going to change the DNS settings here. So let's make the DNS entry for the second domain controller, which we are going to promote now. So 2016 server IP address here. So now you can see the DNS has been changed on this machine, 2008 machine, and also we have changed the DNS setting before joining this machine in domain. So we have both server domain controller and DNS entry on both the servers. So we're good to go, and the next step is install Active Directory domain service on 2016 as additional domain controller. So we're going to do this now. So go to 2016 server and click on manage, add role and features, next, and we need to install a role based feature based installation because Active Directory is a basically a role. So select your server, click next, and we have Active Directory domain services. So add required features here, click next, and leave the default, everything default, and go ahead and click on install. And now you can see it's installing the binaries of 2016 server for the Active Directory domain roles. So it will take 1 or 2 minutes to get the installation done. For then we can proceed with the promoting this server as a domain controller, as additional domain controller in a forest. So we'll need to wait for few minutes here. So almost done. So now installation is done. We need to click on promote this server as a domain controller. So go ahead, and we have three options here. So I'm going to add a domain controller in an existing domain. So go ahead, click next. And now we need to put the credential for practice service restore mode. So put the credential here. So now we need to click on next, and we have a one domain controller in our infrastructure, so I'm going to select that. And if you have multiple domain controller, you can go ahead and select the nearest domain controller or the same site domain controller. So I'm going to select my domain controller here, click next. And if you want to change the path, go ahead and change. So I'm moving with the default path for Active Directory files and folders. Now we need to click next here, review the option which we are going to do here. So read only no, global yes, global catalog yes, DNS server yes. So seems everything good. So click next, and now it's checking the pre-request check for promoting this server as a domain controller. So it will take few time. So just need to wait. And here we go. So everything passed successfully. So now we can go ahead and click on install to begin the installation of Active Directory services role. And now it will be, this server will be promoted as a domain controller in our infrastructure. So if you remember, we have only one domain controller for till now, and now soon this server 2016 server will be promoted as a domain controller. So you can see here it's upgrading forest for now, because our current forest is running, forest functional level is running on 2008 R2, so it's need to upgrade the forest first. So it's working on upgrading forest. So this wizard is going to take care of everything which we need to do while migrating the Active Directory infrastructure from 2008 to 2012 or 2016. So we need to wait for this to get the installation done, and during the installation and promotion, this server as a domain control server require one reboot. So it will automatically reboot in a few minutes. Now it's working on DNS installation. Now configuring local server. It's started the replicating computer objects and everything, Active Directory objects to this newly built server. So now it's working on securing the machine, configuring the DNS server services. So here we go, and now computer is getting restart to promote this server fully functional domain controller. So it will automatically reboot. So here we go, Now you can see the computer is getting restart. And now server is rebooted. Hit Ctrl-Del and log into the server. And let's verify the server is promoted as a domain controller. So just refresh on 2012 server. Now you can see the server is promoted as a domain controller. And now we can remove this server 2008 server from global catalog server. So let's remove global catalog. So make this 2016 server as a domain as a global catalog. So now you can see this is a DC domain controller only. So we are good to go. And our next task is verify the FSMO role and AD health on 2016 server. So let's do this. So first check like Active Directory users and computers is running, DNS is running, and everything is working as accepted. So we need to click on site and services. So we have here all this information related to our OUs and objects, and we have a domain controller information, we have a DNS here, you can see. So everything is working, we can see. And we need to verify the FSMO role also. So let's try from here this time. So put netdom query FSMO. So it will take some time to give the information about all the servers which having the FSMO role. So here we go, we have all the FSMO role running on 2006 2008 DC. So next task is to transfer all 5 roles to Windows Server 2016 DC. So now we are going to do this. To transfer the first 3 roles, we need to go to Active Directory users and computer. Here we have a operations master. If you go here, you can see the operation master is running on 2008, PDC is also running 2008, infrastructure is also. So where we are going to transfer the operation master role following computer, which is 2016. So let's change this, and it's asking, are you sure you want to transfer the operation master role? Yes. So role is transferred successfully. Same we need to do for 2000 for PDC. So change this role also. It's successfully transferred. So we have successfully transferred 3 roles: FSMO read, PDC, and infrastructure. Let's verify here from a command prompt. So here we go, you can see only 2 roles are left on 2008 server, so I'm going to move those roles as well as. So here we go. To transfer the domain naming master, we need to go to tools, Active Directory domain and trust, and here we have to select Directory domain and trust, right click, and now you can see the operation master, and we can go ahead and change the domain naming operation master. So click on change. Yes, I want sure. So operation master is transferred. Let's verify one more time. So now you can see schema master role is still running on 2008 domain controller. So to open a schema master management console, we need to register the one DLL file, which is schema master management DLL. So to register this, we need to go and run the command reg srv32 and mmt.dll. So hit enter. Now you can see it's register success. So now we need to launch the MMC here, Microsoft Management Console, and we can go in File, Add and Remove Snap-in. Now we have here schema. Go ahead and add this. Now you can see it's Operation Master. So currently it's connected with 2008 R2. So let's change the domain controller first. So now I'm going to select 2016 domain controller. So go ahead and click OK, and now we can go and change the operation master here. So click on change. So operation master transfer successfully. So go ahead and close everything now, and now we can verify the things. FSMO role. So here we are. So now you can see the all 5 role has been migrated to 2016 domain controller. So the next task is demote 2008 domain controller from production. So basically this task is removing the active directory domain services role from the server. So to do this, we need to go and run the DC promo here on 2008 servers. So I'm going to close everything and run the command prompt here as your administrator and type DC promo, and it's checking welcome to active directory domain services installation. Click next, and here you can see they delete the domain. So I'm not going to delete the domain because this is not a last domain controller in my environment, so don't never check this. Click next. Now you can see it will take some time. It's checking DNS delegation need to be removed or not. So it's not going to remove because we have a DNS working functional domain DNS server on 2016 server already. So good to go, and type the credential here which we have for directory services and click next. Now you can see everything is good, seems good. So remove active directory domain controller from this computer, and when the remove is complete, this machine is going to be a joint computer in horizon.co. So good, click next. Now you can see it's starting and stopping few services, and you can go ahead and click check here reboot on completion. So it's going to reboot automatically, so we need to wait for few minutes here. Now you can see it's removed and it's restarting now. Now it's rebooted. Hit Ctrl+Del to log into the server. Now if you go on 2016 server on users, active directory and users and computer, here if I refresh this on a domain controller, is no more there in domain controllers. Also you can see here if you computers, you can see the machine is joined in domain. So if you need, let's move this object from here to servers, and also you can see here the server is not more running as a domain controller. So if you go to change the rename this server, it's easily allowing us to rename this server. So looks everything good, and now what we can do, go to next step, which is change the DNS setting on client machine and restart. So before doing this, I want to change the DNS setting on my servers as well as. So go to here and change the IP address for DNS. So we have now only one DNS server active in the infrastructure, which is 253, which is 2016 server IP address. So let's do here also. So go to local area connections, change the IP address. It's 253 now. Click OK, and now I'm going to reboot these machines. So you can see before restarting the login server is 2008 machine domain controller. So let's reboot this, and same I'm going to do on my 2000 Windows 8 machine, Windows 8.1. So here we go. Put the production domain controller DNS IP address. Let's reboot this machine as well as. So here we are going to do this. And same I'm going to do here. So reboot this server also. So now we have rebooted all the servers, and now we need to verify the client PC logon and DC authentication is working or not. So let's do this. Go to 2007 machine, Windows 7 machine. So hit and Control Del to log in. And 2007 machine, and same I'm going to log in on my Windows 8 machine. Now you can see the logon server is Win2K16 DC01. Also, if I go here on a set, you can see our details. Logon server, we have a logon server which is coming Win2K16 DC01. It means the authentication is now happening on our 2016 domain controller, which is Win2K16, and same we can verify on our second client machine. So let's open a command prompt here. So type set. We have all the details here. You can see the login server. So this is all about Active Directory domain migration services from 2008 to 2016. So if you have any query, any question related to this, please reach out. Our contact details is given here. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.